السياسية من ضعف وتحلل كبير شملت جميع الأحزاب بما فيها الحزب الحاكم. فقامت الثورة تطالب بالتغيير والإصلاح بدرجات متفاوتة، فأثبت الشباب مهارات فائقة في تنظيم وقيادة ثورة التغيير في السودان، مستفيدين من تكنولوجيا التواصل الاجتماعي وغيرها في التنظيم والحشد للمسيرات والاحتجاجات، كما قدموا الكثير من التضحيات.
The audio sound went out.
وحركة أبينا والتغيير الآن وتحالف شباب الثورة السودانية وغيرها. وهكذا أثبت الشباب جدارة كبيرة في ابتداع حركة المقاومة الشعبية المستمرة والمطالبة بإزالة نظام الإنقاذ الذي وصفوه بالفاسد. فخرج الشباب والشابات يملأهم الحماس الذي صاغه فنا وأغنياتنا المبدعون، فنظموا القصائد ولحنوها في شكل أغنيات ألهبت الحماس. الثورة صوت الشعب، ستة ومدارس نور، ننسى جراح الطين، نفرح كمان نرفع جرح الجنوب إبرة، نزرع أرضنا الموت، جرح الجنوب إبرة، نزرع أرضنا الموت، ضد العوى التاني كل يوم نحن نسوق، ضد العوى التاني كل يوم نحن نسوق، نطلع على الشارع، نطلع على الشارع. وقام فنانو الرسم بتزيين جدران المباني وتلوينها بكثير من الرسومات التي حركت الدواخل في الشباب إلى مزيد من إلهاب جذوة النضال والثورة التي توجت بنجاح كبير شهد له العالم بأكمله، فكان لشباب السودان ما أراد. ولكن بعد نجاح الثورة سرعان ما انقض عليها السياسيون ليسحبوا البساط من بين أيديهم.
Thank you everybody. And just now we are going to start the live discussion with all the youth leaders of Sudan who has participated in this recent revolution, that it was very worldwide known and it has a great impact on the youths and the next the generation, those who are living there. So now I'll just hand over to Wafa, who is also heading the SMP Sudan chapter, and she will introduce herself first, and after that we'll take one by one all the youth leaders to introduce each other. Thank you so much for joining today, and let's begin. Wafa, can you tell me about yourself, that how you are working as a youth leader activist in Sudan, and how the things are changing after the revolution?
Thank you. Welcome, Dr. Shahid. I'm Wafa Talha. I'm representative of ASMB Sudan, which is Association of Social Media Professionals. جمعية محترفي وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي ورئيس تيم أفريقيا. الثورة السودانية حقيقة actually the Sudan revolution is very unique to everybody, and I think it's a real lesson for the whole world Globally, we show peaceful protesting against the outgoing regime. And in general, I think Sudan revolution is supposed to be known to everybody. This is why I choose this topic. And we, all of us, the youth here in Sudan, we want to share our good experience, our good experiment to change the system in Sudan to be better Sudan and new Sudan that we dream for. And we choose all these people. I think would be better if they introduce themselves. For them, I like them so much. I love them so much for the role they played in Sudan Revolution, and they play strong roles at the youth and women and young girls and young ladies in Sudan to uh, to lift up everything here and to share their thinking, their ideas with others. And inshallah, I'm wish this will be good episode here in ASMB platform. The 16 members join us to discuss Sudan, glorious December Sudan Revolution, 2018. Inshallah, this will be benefit for everybody and good discussion.
Yeah.
Actually, the members, they are
Wafa, I
from
will
different
stop you
parts of
here.
Sudan.
Wafa,
We
I'll
have
just
from Darfur region, we have from Kordofan region and South Kordofan. We have from Kassala, which is Eastern region. We have from Khartoum. We have activists, very strong women and activists in Sudan Revolution. We have injured that people and young got affected with this what happened in Sudan and what happened in the sitting area and what happened. Uh, they went through very difficult time, and they affected with this physically. And we have a young Sudanese girl, which is 11 years old. She is passionate with this revolution, and she's willing to share her idea and her sadness because she's not part of this. And all of them, I think they are good guys. We call it in our local language ragzine for the guys, and good kandaka. This we call it for the ladies. We have good kandaka here in this platform. Thank you, Dr. Shahid, for giving us this opportunity, and I'm welcoming all of them. I think they are capable to send their message to the globally, and we are special. I'm always proud of my Sudan and proud of the youth leader in Sudan. Inshallah, all of us will work together for this Sudan or for new Sudan, and we protect our revolution. And everybody will know we are special, we are unique, we are teachers for the whole world. And inshallah, together we'll be one hand. Thank you, Dr. Shahid. Thank you, all of you. Let me just introduce the members from the list, and all of them, they can introduce themselves. And we start the discussion. There is Ustaz Ghazi. He will be our translator from Arabic to English and also from English to Arabic, which he will join us soon. I don't see him in the conversation with us now, but there is Muhammad Saleh. I don't think he's here. Abazar Hamid, he joined us from Norway. We have Asim Al-Tayyib from North Kordofan. There is Iman Khalifa from Kassala, from Eastern region. We have Iman Abu Damir, she's here. She can introduce herself. Iman, yeah, she's here. There is Sausan Jum'a. Sausan, hi. So you can mute, open yeah, open Iman. Open unmute yeah.
Hi everyone.
This is Iman.
ازيكم والسلام عليكم وسودان كبير وجميل لكل الناس. I'm going to convert it to English language. Hi everyone, hi universe. I'm proud that I'm human. I'm Sudanese, but in my origin is human. So peace for all, and I love you all, and let us shine like a sun. My name is Iman Abu Damir. I am a specialist in development management. My master degree in peace and development. As well, I participate in Juba Peace as track 2, and it was a women track to to provide the support for women in track 1, the real negotiator there. As well, I'm executive member in the Sudanese Women Union. The origin is 19. We formed Sudanese Women Union back to 1952. It was so old, the first one, I think, in Sudan. So I am here to welcome you all and to confirm that we are here, and this is the proof that universal is for all, and we are all one, and we should unite it as not as only in Sudan youth, but we should unite it as universal youth. Thank you very much.
And Susan,
Thank you.
Susan Juma, she's here.
Yeah, Iman, I just want one more question to take to another people, the person.
It would be better if we introduce them, Dr. Shahid, to know the background first.
Shahid.
And we can start the questions after that will be better.
The question, Dr. Shahid, I'm here.
Introduce first each other. After that, we'll take up the questions and then we can understand better.
Hello, أنا غازي. من قبل أنا متابع وأنت قلت غازي ما في وكده. فأنا قاعد بس هكون.
Okay, thank you, Ghazi. We are online now. Welcome. I'm happy you're here. But Susan, you can introduce yourself. Susan.
Unmute, yeah, Susan.
مرحبا، سامعيني كده؟ الو؟
يس سامعينك. ايوه
تمام. سوسن جمعة موسى، لجان مقاومة كنداكة سوسن، من الخرطوم، شرق النيل، يمكن مسقط راسي من جنوب كردفان، من المناطق اللي هي قامت بالثورات التراكمية اللي قبل ثورة ديسمبر. يمكن الفرق الكبير بين ثورة ديسمبر والثورات استبغتها هي في الطريقة بتاعت السلمية بتاعتها. فسعيدة جدا إنه انضم لكم ونحاول يعني نوصل صوتنا مع بعض ونوري العالم إنه السلمية ممكن تودي وين وممكن تغير شنو، وكمية الحاجات اللي عكستها الطريقة السلمية في الثورة السودانية. يمكن الكلام حيكون كثير لأنه الأوضاع ذاتها مختلفة. من بداية الثورة كانت شكل، وأثناء الثورة كانت شكل، وما بعد الثورة برضو في شكل ثاني خالص. maybe في تحديات كبيرة، لكن الناس كان قدرت التحدي لأنها اختارت إنها تغير. يعني ما كان عندنا حل غير التغيير والإسقاط. فالآن الناس شغالة إنها تثبت التغيير على أرض الواقع رغم التحديات. لكن أنا سعيدة جدا إنه كنت من ضمن الناس اللي هو كانت مؤمنة بالتغيير من بدايتها، وساهمنا مساهمة كبيرة في بداية الحراك وفي نصه وما زلنا ماشيين في السكة الميل. سعيدة بالشباب الباقين وإن شاء الله we can continue. Thank you for listening.
عزمي.
شكرا يا سوسن.
Ustaz Ghazi, you can translate what Susan said. Ghazi. Ghazi, I don't think he's here.
I may participate for translation just for till he's come.
You can.
Yes.
You can
أول حاجة أنا بشكرك يا سوسن على الكلام اللي أنت قلتيه، وده كلام جميل ومرتب شديد، وأنا برضو من جنوب كردفان على فكرة. طيب. What Susan said, that the difference between she respect and gratitude all the revolution happened in Sudan before December revolution, and she said the difference between them, that there is an armed revolution happened before December, and what makes the December revolution unique, that it's so peaceful, that what teach or what taught the word what's mean of fighting regime in peaceful way. As well, she said that she's happy that she's participated in this revolution. Her origin is from South Kordofan, which was famous with one of long revolution in our history of Sudan, South Sudan. Thank you. South Kordofan, sorry.
Okay, right now we can go to Ustaz Azmi, revolutionary pot. Ustaz Azmi. Okay, we can go to Ahmed Adam. You here. You can introduce yourself. Ahmed Adam, عرف روحك. مبسوطين
هاي
انك معنا.
السلام عليكم. أنا جد مبسوط أكثر إني أكون معاكم. Good afternoon, everybody. I am really happy and delighted to be with you here today. I hope you are listening to what I'm saying.
Yeah, we listen to you.
We are all eating.
I am delighted and happy to be part and parcel of glorious December Revolution 2018. And I'm grateful to all people who are participating in this wonderful live event discussing the outcomes of the revolution. I tend my thanks and gratitude to the host, to the doctor from India, Dr. Shahid, and Ima from Sudan, the organizer of this event, and to the all Kandakat and Shafata who are participating here to speak out about the revolution. I am Ahmed Adam from Niala. Currently, I am residing in Khartoum, Durman. I am basically an engineer, but I'm working in a different field now. I am a manager of English language center in Durman called NGC Center. It is one of the biggest centers in Durman. And we've got a lot of events. We talked about this revolution many times. We talked about the change that's happening and taking roots right now in Sudan. And it is high time I take this opportunity to thank the Sudanese government for reaching out for a partial peace agreement between the rebels and the government. All right, thank you so much. I'm happy.
Thank you. We can welcome Muna Gassim.
ألو السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
كيفكم؟ تمام إن شاء الله بخير. شكرا للاستضافة، وإن شاء الله يكون إضافات يعني كويسة. يعني أنا يا داب خشيت، معلش خليني أركز شوية يعني.
ما في مشكلة. No problem.
Okay.
تمام. We can go to أستاذة أريج. أريج, introduce yourself. عرفي روحك يا أريج. أريج. اوكي. شكل الشبكة كعبة. There is a network problem. دكتور عيسى from Darfur region.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you for the chance. I'm Dr. Adam Isa. I'm assistant professor in Zalingi University. And also I have to thank SMP for this chance and all the members. So after the revolution, right now I'm the head director of National Sudan Welfare Fund, or صندوق القومي لرعاية الطلاب, أو أمين صندوق القومي لرعاية الطلاب in Central Darfur. Thank you, second, for this chance. Lately I will speak by English. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Isha.
I think this all the members. We missed Ghazi and Ustaza Arij, and there is many members they couldn't join us. Inshallah, next time they will be with us. But you can start, Dr. Shahid, now.
Yes, thank you so much for introducing everyone. That it is great pleasure to having you all here together, and all we are youth. We are talking about the future. We are talking about the nation, and it's really, really very rare situation where the youths are serious. Especially, we have seen in Sudan that young females were the key for the revolution. It was like mostly driven by young women. So I can see that the spirit and the passion and the fights for the future. So I'll just start one question to Iman first. What democracy mean to you as a youth, especially when you are talking about the revolution in Sudan, and it has been like you have seen the changes and you are going to see the new Sudan. So what democracy mean to you? How do you see that change will happen to you and it will impact you? Can you unmute, please? Unmute, please. Please.
Uh, the democracy, in my point of view or my perspective, that I should see my gender, my age, and my color skin in the three hierarchy of decision making. I need to see myself there in the three layers, because when the constitutional الوثيقة الدستورية يا وفاء constitution constitution agreement, they just give us 40%, they even not 50%. I should see myself in the number of Sudanese women gender. If I'm 60% of the population, they should give us 60%. This is what I can see, but even they didn't give us. I don't like even the word give us, but that's what happened. I'm talking in a current. We fought together, but when they start dividing things, they just give us something like a pie cake or something. It's just a part. They treat us like a part, and this is so lowers the energy of us. Yani, we are in depressed as a women movement. We are not happy. We are not feeling ourselves energetic to fight again. But the democracy the dream of democracy, that I can see myself in future by my population of the gender. If I'm 50, this is 50% of chair everywhere in hierarchy. If it's 60, let us be 60% of gender. It counts on the population, and it counts on my agenda for to vote, the speech I have, but not well what is my party is. Now I have no party. That is will decrease and lower my interest point to the the constitutional, to the parliament, to the the ministries, to the even for the الدستوري. اسمه شنو بالانجليزي يا وفاء؟
شنو؟
البتاع الدستوري التالي.
الوثيقة الدستورية هي constitutional document.
انا قصدي السيادي. كويس. even
المجلس السيادي يعني.
المجلس السيادي even because I have no party.
presidential council.
Yes, even because I have no party, I have my will be very low. My chances to be there, it is very low. This is for me is not a democracy.
Yeah. So
I live in a country, but this country, because of male, I have no chance on it, unfortunately.
Male mentality. This was she saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll request Dr. Isa, who is already into the very intellectual society, that he has seen the revolution. He is teaching the youths. As we know that Africa has the youngest population in the world, and especially when you talk about Sudan, the 15 to 30, age of this, you call that 15 to 30 years of age constitutes around 60%. And based on that youth's definition, it's like, you cannot tell them youth in that sense if it is like under around 15 to 30. So it is, you can say, but what we saw in the past as a revolution, they have done more than the youth. They are not just like teenagers. They have done, and they have shaken the establishment, which was like almost impossible. So here I can see that. Dr. Isa, can you tell me that how she defined and how the courage the youth has in Sudan, how they are thinking about their country, how they are devoted and dedicated for the future of young generation? Why it is, how this happened suddenly? Is there anything that which was going on from many years, or suddenly it boosted, or you saw something change in the students that you are teaching? Dr. Isa.
Excuse me, أيوة,
okay.
I can translate to you if you don't mind.
Yeah, please.
دكتور شاهد بيقول لك إنه بما إنه أنت زول قائد للشباب في منطقة دارفور وليدر للشباب، والشباب يمثلوا في السودان أكثر من نسبة 60%، ما نسبة بسيطة، فعاوز يقول لك إنه الحاجات اللي حصلت من الشباب دي قامت كان عندها تاريخ لورا ولا قامت فجأة. الحاجة الثانية إنه أنت كقائد لهم بتوصيهم بشنو والمفروض يحصل شنو، مفروض يعملوا شنو، دورهم مفروض يعمل شنو بالنضج ده، وإنه الثورة في السودان قامت بيهم. الكلام كان كتير. I think I missed some of his talk, but this what he said. Your role، دورك شنو كان مع الشباب، وهم المفروض يعملوا شنو، نسبة كبيرة من الشباب في السودان.
في الحقيقة صحيح الثورة قامت به الشباب، يعني خاصة الناس الموجودين في الدور المراهقة.
You have to translate إيمان.
Okay. لكن الشباب في حد ذاتهم دايرين جايدرز، ناس يقودهم لقدام. يعني احنا في ولايات دارفور او في وسط دارفور بصورة خاصة، يعني بداية الثورة 17/1/2019 قبلها كان في معسكرات النازحين او الشباب الموجودين. نخليك فرصه تترجم ولا اكمل الكلام بعدك؟
كويس. لا كويس. The revolution stand on the youth shoulders and youth made it, but the youth themselves needs to be lead in my region. but that يا أستاذ عيسى بعد ما قلت في منطقتي كان صوت اتكسر.
في منطقتي كان بداية الحراك كان يوم 17/1/2019. كان عندنا اجتماع حاسم لكل الشباب ديل، كان بتضم يعني 8 تنظيمات سياسية من مختلفة. الشباب ديل ذاته طبعا بنضموا لتنظيمات سياسية مختلفة، بالتالي كان 8 تنظيمات مختلفة في 4 حركات كفاح مسلح وفي 4 أحزاب سياسية. من ضمن الحركات الكفاح المسلح عندنا
دقيقة. طيب in my region what happened started at 17 January 2019. We had a critical meeting. The meeting joined 8 different parties. 4 of them are armed movement, and the other 4 is political parties, and most of them political parties, and most of them were youth. Yes. Yes, Agreesa.
الفور موفمنت اللي هو الجستيك اند ايكواليتي موفمنت، هو الحركه ضد المساواه. عندنا الاس ال اي اللي هو حركه تحرير السودان شمال جناح الحلو. عندنا
قطع صوت القطع.
I think the connection bad in Darfur region. We lost him.
So we can just shift till the time that he's connected again. I'll just ask Mr. Ahmed Adam that how do you see that was it a volunteer, or was it like for you it was like a passion driven to be a part of democratic fight, or into the revolution? How did happen to you that as a young nationals, and how do you see yourself, how you got engaged into that? What was the first thing that you thought that when you participate then you can change one person or the society or something? How did it happen to you?
Actually, the December Revolution happened in such critical times. It was a shift, I think, in the paradigm of the young people, that some things happened, the change of some concepts, I think. The government was playing a massive role in destroying the country until they ran out of resources and the economy was too bad. Then things happened. Then the change took place all out of sudden. So people from all over the country came together, young people especially. They were, I think, electrified and energized by some Kandakat. We do not deny the role of these young women and girls who played a massive role. But for me, as a person, as a young man, we've been talking against the Western regime long time ago. We've been talking in the media, in Facebook, social media, Facebook for I think a longer period of time. Since I was a student at university, we talked and we were awareing people. But for me, I think the arrest of Umar Bashir's regime was nothing but a matter of time. And the time came in December 2018, when all young people from all over the country fall down al-Bashir's regime, fall down al-Bashir's regime. So that was a call. That's what bus. There's no any negotiation. There was no any what can I say? There was no any alternative for the former government to think about sitting in a brotherhood table to negotiate or to discuss. Their first and foremost principle and objective and goal was to remove the regime, and it had happened with the great effort of young people. So for me, it was I participated physically, and I participated with my post in Facebook, and I aware people from in my neighborhood, people in my connection, people who I know. So I think that was one of the greatest things happened in my life since I was born.
Is it was on passionate or on voluntary work? Because this what must be happen.
Actually, for me, was not. I was passionate to topple down the regime. I was passionate to topple down the regime. It was not a voluntary work. A voluntary work, I think, it is something that you do with or without payment. Without payment, actually. But to remove or to topple down Umar Bashir's regime, it was a must for me. It was an obligatory job. It was a passion. I was passionate about seeing Umar Bashir regime ousted from the power. So it came as a passion for me.
Okay, so how do you see the change now? Is it better than before, or you are feeling, some struggle to bring the system in line? How do you see the change? That are you really hopeful about the better situation, better economy, and better opportunity?
For me and for the young people, we do not have to set dream high to the sky. I think things will not happen overnight. This speech is, I think, directed to the Kandakat who are here with us, who are complaining about their role has been neglected when people come to distribute chances in power. I think the former regime almost 30 years, and it is not roots in just 2 years. Now we are struggling. The change happened. People are complaining. Life expenses are difficult. There are bread lines everywhere. There are gasoline lines everywhere. Life is tougher than it used to be. But I think we need to be patient. We need to work together alongside our Hamadox regime and be passionate about what's going to happen. So change has got its catastrophes and side effects. I think now we are undergoing the side effects of change. The life expenses are really difficult, no job opportunities, no income. The exchange rate between our local currency and the dollar is really getting higher and higher every day. So because of the, I think the compromise between the civil-led government and the armed-led government, there are some clashes now in authority. So people should not be that passionate about change. Things are not going to be easy overnight. It takes time. It takes time. We need 7 to 10 years for radical change to take place and Sudan economy grow and job opportunities. There will be investments and this stuff. So, but I am a little bit optimistic. I see there is a frustration. People are complaining. People are not satisfied with the change and the sacrifice they made because you see the marriage are a lot. People died in this revolution. Many families lost their loved ones. They are expecting too much out of this government, but it is yet early for me. It is a little bit early. People have to be passionate, and people have to be positive, and people have to be somehow aware of the consequences of the change because no change happens and brings about positive results immediately. For the positive results to take place, it takes time, I think. It takes time. So this is the process of change. Now I think we are open to the world. The relationships between Sudan and the world is going back to its normalities, and we are normalizing ties with Israel, and America has lifted Sudan actually from the countries supporting terrorism. So I think these are great victories. So we are victorious after all.
Yeah, it's great to see the very optimistic views, from your side. But are the other youths also feeling the same, that, or they are more impatient to see the change and get the opportunity? So I'll ask Miss Mona. She was here as a lady. What was her role? So I'll just ask this question to Miss Mona, that how she feels as a young woman, and who was a part of the revolution, and she see the new government, how the opportunity and the safety and security for youth, those who are struggling for the new opportunity. Miss Mona, can I hear you about this perspective?
No.
Yeah.
Iman.
Wafa?
Yeah, Iman, excuse me. You can translate the question for her.
Okay.
I can't.
يا منى ازيك؟
أهلا وسهلا، كيفك؟
الحمد لله. زميلنا أحمد قبل شوية قال إنه هو متفائل بإنه هيحصل تغيير، وإنه التغيير بطيء، وإن إحنا لازم نكون واعيين بإنه التغيير في فترة انتقالية ما حيكون بين ليلة وضحاها وكده وعصا موسى والكلام ده. فهي نظرة متفائلة من وجهة نظره. فهو بيسألك هسي أنت كزولة شابة، هل بتشوف الحاجة دي؟ هل أنت برضو متفائلة بإنه التغيير محتاج صبر وكده ولا شنو؟
والله أنا مع أحمد في إنه يعني الثورة دي لما قامت يعني هدت نظام 30 سنة، يعني 30 سنة غير في أخلاق الناس، في تفاصيلهم، في حاجات كثيرة يعني. الناس كانت اتحدت في إنها تسقط النظام، كانت كلها يد واحدة وعملت على كده. بعد ذاك يعني هو كان فعل طارئ، يعني الناس قامت به ونجح. التعثرات الحاصلة في إنه أصلا ما كان في خطة أو برنامج.
طيب ممكن أوضح دي النقطة، أترجم دي وأجي؟
Okay.
Yeah. Muna said that she's with Ahmed in his perspective of being optimistic, because after 30 years of regime and very hard and crucial regime, the change will not be in just short time, because even the people mentality and behaviors change under that regime. Mona said as well, all people of Sudan united to take that regime down by تسقط بس, and that was an emergent movement, not planned, but it was emergent movement. So we'll continue for her question. Yeah, for her answer.
التعثرات الحاصلة في الفترة الانتقالية أو الحكومة الحالية إنه أصلا هي لما مسكت زمام الأمر ما كان عندها أي خطة أو برنامج عشان هي تنتقل به أو تنقل به البلد يعني بخطوات وبعملية منظمة عشان إحنا نحقق التغيير اللي إحنا طلعنا من أجله يعني. اتعثرت في كل المراحل اللي هي يعني سواء كان السلام، العدالة، الانتقالية، الحرية حتى ما قدرت تحقق الحاجات دي يعني لأنها ما كان عندها خطة واضحة أصلا عشان هي تحقق بيها. لكن الجانب المضيف الفكرة إنه الناس يعني ما
دقيقة نمشي
وقفت
للجانب المضيء. معلش حبيبتي نمشي للجانب بعد أعمل لي بعد التعثرات. Mona continued her answer, said that the difficulties and obstacles happening in this current government, because they have no plan, no clear plan for them to move the country of Sudan from that place of that crucial regime to for the change to happen. What happened that because the obstacle was including the whole pillar of the revolution, freedom, peace, and justice. Nothing happened in that three pillars of that revolution. Now she's going to the enlightened perspective. اتفضل يا منى.
Okay, excuse me. Mona, excuse me. Dr. Shahid, she's speaking about the transitional government now. She's not carry and find her way to achieve all the revolution goals and what the people protesting for, and there is no clear plan. She refer her talk to the transitional government, which is about 3 years. She will stay about 3 years. Okay,
yeah,
Mona,
yeah.
you can
So I got your point. So I'll just take a very short question with Sausan Musa. The sister that
sorry, Mona didn't finish her the good or the optimistic perspective. Sorry.
Okay, no issue. If she wants to have more opinion, we are ready to hear her.
Yes يا منى تفضلي.
الجانب المضيء إنه الثورة يعني معظم أو 80% بالنسبة لي هم قاموا بها كان الشباب يعني، والإحباط ده ما بالسهل يدخل للشباب يعني هم لسه يعني مصرين على فكرة التغيير وهم بيحاولوا بكل الطرق يعني إنه يصلوا للحاجة اللي هم عايزينها يعني. فده الجانب المضيف إنه الثورة دي ما حتموت يعني هي قامت فعل طارئ لكن هي مستمرة يعني إن شاء الله يعني حنصل للحاجة اللي إحنا ناجدينها يعني
إن شاء الله. Mona said the optimistic perspective or optimistic part of what's happening now in this current government, that the revolution happened with 80% of youth, and youth cannot be depressed easily. That's why, come again?
Give up easily.
Give up easily. So that is why the youth is still trying to change, and they will still trying to change.
Okay. So now I just want to hear with Sister Sausan Musa that how she thinks about the new regime, that as a women activist, do you have still memories of the revolution that was like hurting you to that what you did, it was not being met, what you were like thinking after the regime, that you are not having that kind of situation? What is that you feel sometime hurted that it should not happen, or something is good or bad? I just want to hear from you that as a women activist.
ممكن تترجم السؤال بس لأنه ما وقع علي، أو ممكن نعيد. Will you please rephrase it?
I'm asking as that to Saswan Musa that she as a women activist, is she regretting that that the old regime had changed, that we are not getting what we expected, we are not it's being too much delayed. The government is not capable of handling those kind of situation. We should have waited for more longer period for the revolution and be ready for all the plans before we topple down the government.
ايوه اوكي. سوسن هو بيسألك، قال لك انت كزولة ناشطة صغيرة في العمر وامرأة ومن مناطق النزاع، هل انت حزينة بانه الثورة حصل يعني وصلت له الثورة دي؟ انت بتفتكري انه كان يخلوا النظام السابق لسه فترة اطول لحد ما احنا نستعد استعداد اقوى عشان ننال حقوقنا بطريقة اكبر ولا كده؟
السؤال يا أستاذة سوسن بصورة تانية، إنه أنت كناشطة في المجتمع وكان لك دور في الثورة السودانية وتغيير النظام الفات، هل أنت ندمانة على تغيير النظام وجيت حكومة انتقالية ما قادرة تحقق لك مطالب الثورة بتاعتك؟
طيب أنا برضو فهمت سؤاله من كذا جانب. أنا طبعا سعيدة جدا بتغيير الدفات، بحيث إنه في الفترة اللي فاتت نحن ما كنا موجودين، نحن كنا مقصيين تماما، يعني حتى صوتنا ما كنا قادرين نعبر به حدنا، وحق التعبير وحق المشاركة السياسية وحق اتخاذ القرار وحق الوجود كان فقط للجماعة دي، الباقيين كلهم كانوا مقصيين، سواء كان على مستوى المركز أو مستوى الولايات أو الحامل.
There is problem.
بيفوت تفاصيله. فبالتالي سعيدة سواء كان من مناطق النزاعات أو النساء الموجودين على مستوى المركز، كان عندنا آمال كثيرة يمكن بضع أكثر من 65% في بداية الحراك. فبالتالي آمالنا كانت كبيرة جدا إنه نحن نكون عندنا صوت، نحن نكون ممثلين في مواقع اتخاذ القرار، إنه نسبة مشاركتنا في الحكومة تكون بصورة أكبر، نسبة مشاركتنا السياسية على المستوى الفعلي يكون أكبر برضو، ويجيب الحرب في مناطق النزاعات. فبالتالي آمالنا كانت كبيرة مبنية على الخمسة حاجات دي. والفترة اللي فاتت برضو كان في أبيوس كبير جدا بالنسبة للنساء في تفاصيل كثيرة، وده ممكن بيرجعنا لتقاليد والسلطة الذكورية الموجودة والنظام اللي كان موجود. فالآن أنا مبسوطة إنه أنا ما زعلانة، لكن برضو الإطار هو ماشي بطيء جدا. في الثورة قعدنا وأصرينا إنه نحن من 25% نكون عندنا 40%. الآن الثورة أدتنا أقل، نحن لو جينا حسبنا أكشوالي بنلقاه 18%، يعني ولا حتى 20%. إذن إحنا ما زال واقفين، يعني حقوقنا الأساسية ومساحتنا في مشاركة الدولة دي ما زالت بسيطة، ونأمل وشغالين وواقفين لغاية حسي إنه نحن نزيد الكوتا بتاعتنا ونكون عندنا تمثيل حقيقي على مستوى اتخاذ القرارات وعلى مستوى المشاركة الفعلية في السلطة سواء كانت السياسية أو المدنية. وده الباقين عليه ومستمرين. التغيير حصل وانا مبسوطه انه هسه بقينا عندنا مساحه بتاعت حريه. حتى انا بتكلم معاك الان وانت في الهند وانا في السودان، زمان ما كان في كلام زي ده. ففي في 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 مكتسبات كثيره من الثوره دي ادى لها مستوى الحريه والتعبير، ودي حاجه كويسه جدا ما كانت موجوده. يمكن ظاهره في القمع اللي حصل في الفتره الاولى من الاحتغالات، اي زول كان بيفتح خشمه كانوا بيقبطوه ويحتغلوه ويمكن يحصل فيه تفاصيل كثيره. الآن كل زول قادر يعبر عن حاجاته ويرفع صوته ويمشي كمان يطالب بها بكل حرية. فيمكن دي من المكتسبات الحقيقية اللي وفرتها الثورة دي وما كان موجودة في الفترات السابقة كلها. نسبة المشاركة بقت مفتوحة الآن، أن يمكن المجموعات النسوية كلها الآن بدأت شغالة إنها تطالب وتثبت 40%، لأنه بداية
I think network issue is there. So can you just translate in English so we can hear that what she told about her opinion? What was the opinion?
وفاء خش في الموضوع. وفاء
أنا ما كنت متابعة accurately.
أيوة طيب. هي كان she was saying she's happy that the regime went down because there was no one recognized but them. Okay, the last regime. Yes, there is some abuse in the last period or the last time, but she is not, even with that abuse, but she is not mad, because what happened that even after the regime went down and there is abuse, but the situation is better than it was. Um, yes, women in Sudan had lesser than 18%, lesser than 20% of their rights. They had even 18%, but and this is very basic and this is very low. But at least there is some good things have they have or we have as Sudanese from this revolution. At least we can talk with Dr. Shahid in India freely with freedom. That was nothing before. As well, everyone had something can demanded freedom with freedom. Okay, now we can lower our voices to say no, and that's what I got from higher. Not lower, can higher our voices to say no, and we can ask for our rights and demand it freely.
Yeah, and also she mentioned that the abuse of women never let them give up and stop. They have to fight and they have to fight about their rights, and also they have to use all the opportunities to tell who I am as a woman. And they look for the seats in the government. They said they give them like 25% in the government seats, and they hire their voice. They don't need it. They look for 40% or at least 50% from the government seats, and nobody hear to them. The percentage now is about 18% for the women, but she's not give up. She will continue to fight for the women right, and she will use all the opportunities. And she mentioned even right now she try through this platform to raise up her voice. You speaking to her from India, and she is from Sudan. She can use this perfectly for globally for the people to hear her voice as a woman. She is not give up at all. She will continue for fight for her rights as a woman.
Thank you, Wafa, for translating. And it's very encouraging and very bold statement that what she is giving. But as you see, activists are divided across the political spectrum. You see the youth activists have no trust. Then even they are struggling to have the coordination. Even you see the political culture of the established political parties are like very rigid. They are not changing their attitude to adopt those demand or to accept those demand that what the revolutionists they were having. So in this case, how the youths are going to put the pressure in the new regime, because you see that you are again struggling for the new demand, something that what you expected. Again, you are seeing the same political rigidness, that to not to accept your demand, not to have the reservation for the women's or youths, something, and this kind of thing. How long it will go, and how the see the future in this kind of situation? So I'll just ask Iman only because she has the broader
But
aspect.
I think Iman, she will be good answer for this
Yeah,
question
so that's what
because
I
yeah.
feel that Iman will be the right
Sorry,
person.
may I? Will you please rephrase it again so I can?
Yeah, so
Uh,
I'm telling that what we see after the discussion, we see the most of the activists across those who were in the part of the revolution, they are mostly divided. They are not, they have their own agenda, they have their own things. They are not as one. So that is one struggle. Another struggle, you see that youth activists, they don't have full trust to each other. That
yes.
they have their, they think that maybe they are not genuine, they are not having that type of commitment. So that is another. Third thing, that you see the political parties, those who are in power, they are not accepting the demand of the
Mm,
youths or the women, to have that
mm,
kind of percentage in the seat or something, that reservation for something. So in this situation, you are again at the back to square one, that that from where you started, you are again there with the different face.
yes.
You see the
Yes.
different face. How you go ahead from here?
Yes. Actually, that is uh, while Mr. Ahmed and Miss Muna, their optimistic point of view, which I respect a lot, this is what we are facing. So if we need to treat what we have now, we should acknowledge it. We are changing faces, but it's still there. Military is over controlling everything. Even we are not depending now in our army, as what we said in revolution. اسمه شنو الجيش معانا ما نسيتها شنو الجيش معانا وما همانا. That's mean army with us and we don't fear. Now we don't have that. We know we have army, we have militias. Okay, plus army approved on the on the revolution that is not with us, and now we cannot depend on them. Now we have militias, and the militias is over the Sudan now. They are controlling constitutionally. They controlled over the peace process. So what we have now is a tragic. We facing tragical we are facing tragical situation, and we should acknowledge it. The political parties divided, and they are not trusting each other. Unfortunately, if we are now following the political parties, we have none. We should listen to the street. We should listen to the human in the street, because they are true. They are true. We should provide and lead for new youth leader. I'm not, neglecting the older political or unrespect them. No, no, no. All the respect. But what I'm saying, they are not accepting our demands. We need to come up with national agenda, and we should not follow the parties, the different and various party. We should follow the national agenda to go and climb this hole. What we have now is a hole. I cannot trust anybody. Nobody can trust me. Even this can be clear in the women agenda. Okay, the women movement is divided in a part. Unfortunately, they cannot trust me because I have no party. They cannot trust each other because they are from armed movement, and they're from different political parties. They are not. They cannot, accept communist. They are not accepting Umma party. They are not accepting, and now this is really a big problem. What I can see, the street refused to be organized by parties. لجان المقاومة اللي هي resistant committee refused to accept parties, and this where we can start with. We can unite them with national agenda. The national agenda should consider the variety of Sudan, okay, the variety of color, the variety of language, the variety even for gender and for different ages, even for the youngest men. This national agenda can brought us up or can bring us up from this situation. But now we cannot rely on the army movement. We cannot rely on the militias. We cannot rely on the, the الحكومة الانتقالية government. Transnational government, and now we can rely on the street because the street cannot lie. Thank you.
Okay, as the Sudanese activist, social activist, and you mentioned I'm free without party. Do we continue like this, or you will be better if to join a party to fight for your rights and to protect your revolution as a Sudanese youth, as a Sudanese activist? Mm-hmm. Do you prefer to join a party to to raise up your voice to stand with the transitional government as a woman, or you will be you will continue as a social activist, and I think from your talk you feel like I'm a weak now. What you will do? What's your plan? What's your plan under this situation?
Yes, I'm not weak, but I'm lonely because even for the women movement, I cannot rely on them because they are relying on parties. So they feel like I'm against them or I'm against a particular agenda on their speech. This is loneliness can gather women and youth with me. They are not with parties, okay, but I will continue without party because I am relying on development. For the development's sake, I cannot be under parties agenda, okay. Especially those parties in Sudan, they are not يمثلوني. الانجليزي رايح لي ما
It's
شاء الله.
not represented me.
Yes, they are not representing me because they are male mentality tamaman. Even the women inside the parties, they are feeling that they're speaking this mentality themselves.
Okay, but
Yes.
I think Sudan revolution, it's came with a new thinking, with new ideas. The families and the community and the society accepting women standing with men side by side, accepting women to be late night outside home protesting, accepting women to shout, to raise her voice, to prepare to support men. And I think we get rid of this thinking like it's a men mentality. I think we passed this mentality. But I want to ask you another question, or just I'm curious to know, uh, uh, do you think the street voice is strong, or the government is stronger? Which one? Because if you think the street voice is strong and you can continue protest to bring your right back, because I don't think you are satisfied and you are happy with this government. I'm not sure, but from your talk I don't think you're happy with this government, and you think the result of the strong revolution and the unique revolution in Sudan, it didn't came up with the good result. You are not happy with that. You will continue to raise up the street voice, or you will choose a party to be with it, or you will give up in front of this new transitional government. What you will do as Iman, as activist woman? Because I think there is many women behind you. There is many women believe you. There is many women in Sudan. They know who's Iman and who's Iman Abu Damir, and she's very effective woman in Sudan community. What do you think?
First of all, this is the government what street brought. I'm not talking about the military side. I'm talking
Civil.
about civilian side.
Civil,
So we
okay.
are going to support them, but the support we are talking now is the street voice. We are going to correct them with gathering. We are going to correct them with media.
I think we lost Iman. Okay, there is new member here, Arid Jawad. She's the youngest participant here. Arid, you can unmute the volume, the voice. Arid. Okay. Can you please
In this
ممكن
government.
يا أريج تعرفي لنا روحك؟
Okay.
Iman, we'll come to you. We'll back to you.
Okay.
أريج.
Okay, I think.
Okay, we can continue with Iman. Iman. Sorry.
Okay. So I believe what I believe in the street, and the street believe in this. As Mr. Ahmed and Muna said that They said we are optimistic, but I am saying we should acknowledge what we are facing and support them with the truth. The street have the voice, the street has the truth, and we are just facing them, and they should listen. And I'm asking them from this, from this gathers to listen to the street, and they were going nicely and they were going smoothly. But what we have now is not representing us as youth, as women, as Sudanese, not because everything went high of expensive, not because of we don't have gas or water or electricity. No, no, no. We know that there is some hidden force working against them. But we are talking about rights. We are talking about radical revolution. We need our rights. We need our the blood been in the street. And what I'm saying about blood, I'm not talking about December 19 blood. I'm talking about since 2003 when it start war in Darfur. We need all this to be in jail. Who is responsible should be in jail because of the revolutionary law. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Iman. That it's like very bold and encouraging for others as well. So I want the opinion from Mr. Al Khaira that Rear, do you really agree with what activist Iman is saying, that for the female rights, and we have to be hand to hand together to fight? Mr. Birra, that if you put your opinion here, then it will be great to highlight.
Okay, Dr. Shahid,
Yeah.
Mr. Al Khair, the question
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, Mr. Al Khair.
Yeah, I want to tell you, Mr. Al Khair, he's a singer and
Okay.
artist, and he has a big role in Juba agreement after the peace agreement with the rebel
Okay.
group and the transitional government in Sudan. And he has many projects in peace building, and he using his music and song
So
to build a peace in
yeah, so
Sudan.
we can hear one revolutionary song from Mr. Al Khair.
Al Khair. Okay, Iman, just focus.
And you
Okay.
just give
مستر
yeah.
مستر الخير قال لك ممكن تغني لهم او تعمل لهم حاجه ريفوليوشنال.
ممكن تعمل تقديم اول لروحك يا الخير، بعد ذاك نخش في الاغنيه. الصوت.
الخير احمد ادم برا.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
الخير احمد ادم برا. I'm a singer. My career is engineer. I was joined the Jalat group is a big and the eldest group in Sudan and in Africa. It is above 35 years old, this group. I joined this group for 7 years. So it is a revolutionary group because it is using songs against dictatorship, and they are using we are using songs for building social peace, and also we are helping many projects in Sudan. So our first project in building social peace through it was 2000. We are starting project with Kwatu dance and traditional project. It was Southern Sudanese traditional group, and we make building social peace through music and dance. And during these 20 years, 13 years we select the Galat, and the other 10 years after I leave the group, I'm starting my own projects. I'm doing workshops between different communities in Sudan. So I make in 2012 workshop with East Sudan in Port Sudan. We make workshop in rhythms, and we mix between rhythms between Southern Sudan, West Sudan, and North and East Sudan. So my project to deliver to Southern Sudan, and I spent more than 9 months in Juba during peace delegation. So we make many festivals, many songs for building peace, and also we make a joint with Southern Sudan artists, Southern Sudanese artists, to this forum and this joint with the Sudanese, Southern Sudanese artists and North Sudanese artists, so as to say our word as an artist, because to raise the voice of the war and to raise, to reduce the voice of the war and to raise the voice of the peace through drama, through music, and through dance, and through also making some magazines for children like this. Now I came to Khartoum, and we have a big project for big project for the peace delegation, so as to translate the peace delegations through songs and through drama, and also make songs and drama for the people, so as to explain for them about the peace delegation. Hello?
Yes, Aminak, we hear you. We listen to
Yeah.
you. We enjoy your talk.
Because someone is called, I stop the call.
No,
so,
we all listen to you. Just continue.
Yeah, I have I made songs, a lot of songs for the countries are helping in peace. So my initiative, the first initiative, it was Thank You Juba. Thank You Juba. This magazine called Thank You Juba. I'm thanking people of South for making peace in their country, and also we have a songs. This Thank You Juba. It is a song and video clip, and a lot of festivals for people in Southern Sudan. So we have a magazine called Thank You Juba. Also, we are thanking all the countries helping in peace, helping for making peace in Sudan. We have thank you Kampala for Uganda. Thank you in Gemena for people in Chad. Thank you Ethiopia, like this. And this project, we are using songs, and we are making workshops with the people in these regions. So we are making duet to songs and mixed songs between two countries. So we believe that the art and music is it is the easy it is easy to transfer or to translate everything, or to change the behavior.
It's easy to touch the heart.
Yeah, and like as I know, Mr. Shahid, I have seen India for 2007, but before that, I know everything about India. I know Shami Kapoor, I know Hima Malin, I know and a lot of songs. So India is we know everything about India through cinema and movies and music. So if you are using this in our country after the change, we can arrive. Also, the music and songs are used for revolution, and it was useful method because uh, most of the youth are using songs, are using poet, are using drama for changing, for pushing the change in the revolution. I'm very happy to join this group. So I hope to I will send you some songs for are made for this, and I'm very happy to join this discussion.
Dr. Shahid, excuse me. Brother Khair, we are not going to leave you to send us song. We have to hear this live, and we'll leave you for a while just to prepare yourself. And after this long talk, to be in the mood, we'll come back to you to sing for us. We are not going to leave you, Brother Khair. Okay, prepare yourself to give us something, just to know life. Without anything, your voice is enough for us.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we can go to Arij to introduce herself. Arij Awad. Arij Awad. Okay, she's not online. She's online, but I don't think. Okay, Dr. Shahid.
Yeah, so it was good to hear about Mr. Al Khair, and we'll look forward to hear him, with the different musical things or song, whatever he has prepared. But before that, I will just ask Mr. Ahmed. He is a teacher also. He is teaching a student. How the situation of education is in Sudan. How he is seeing the students that building up the mind about the future and all. So does he have any sense that how he is shaping the new generation? So Mr. Ahmed, I'll just have your words because you are a teacher, you're dealing with the students, and for any big campaign, or any revolution, if you want to take it to the next level, you have to very organize, you have to educate the people, you have to aware the people with the lots of information, with the coordination and all. How do you see that? Are you really working on that part, or just still going without coordination, or without any very well established organizing platform or something like that? Otherwise it cannot be big impactful campaign.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shahid, for this elaborative question. Accidentally, I think our center's name is New Generation Center. This is just an accidental thing that coincides together with the question of building up the new generation for good. If there is no good plans, there are no good plans, there will be no good contribution, there will be no good campaigns. I think, let me trace back the history of education in Sudan. I don't want to go that far, but I want to speak from the recent. The last regime's educational system in Sudan was actually weak, and there was censorship upon education. So schools were censored, the curriculum was censored, educational centers were censored. So due to the censorship, I think educational institutions were not given a free space to educate people to speak about positive change in their countries. So I think now people are more aware of what will happen in the future. That's why I think one of the greatest things happened to this revolution was that the curriculum manager was Al-Garrai, was trying to eradicate the past curriculum, the system of education in Sudan, and changing it to the critical education system. I think what we need now to change the minds and concepts of young people is critical education. To be honest, we are not working for that because we were not ready for the change that happened. I think you raised this question early in the beginning of the discussion. Sudanese people were not ready actually to take over the leadership. The parties were not ready, the armed forces were not ready, and the citizens were not ready. But I think we reached a point whereby all people called for toppling down the regime, throwing away the past regime. And it happened. What after that? What comes next? This was the question that got unanswered. So people come into power, political parties, I think as Iman said, political parties who were not, I think, qualified for the job, for the task ahead, they are now leading the country. There are no any plans whatsoever for educational institutions to participate effectively for the future campaigns. I think we will be approaching elections in the coming over the coming I think it's 3 years ahead. I think Sudan will be going. I am a lecturer, I think, at university. I think I am working in educational centers, but there are no plans whatsoever towards that next. There are no groups working on this. There are no individuals working on this. People now are more or less concerned with the positions, governmental positions. Young people want to be ministers. Young people want to be their voices to be heard. They want to have job opportunities. So our minds are preoccupied by other tasks. But the idea of working together as young people and awareing people is not happening now. In the past, I established an association. It was called Voice of Mind Association. It was calling for nonviolence and democracy and good governance. I replicated for these things in Darfur and in Khartoum. With a group of young people, we were trained by some international organizations. We were activists, replicating through the idea of nonviolence, I think, which was empowered by Mahatma Gandhi. Good governance, which we lack today, and many other things. But I think Sudan needs good leadership. Sudan needs great campaigns, activists who are aware of what they can provide to the young people for the future. So young people rebelled against the past regime and they ousted the regime. But now they do not have any participation. There's not any active participation. I think the importance of leading the young people, or leaders, young people themselves need leaders to be told what to do, how to lead, what should be done first. There are some priorities after arrest of any regime in the world. So I think young people in Sudan are not aware of this. That's why you see them somehow pessimistic. This pessimism comes out of lack of knowledge. So now I think Mr. Shahid is asking a great question that should be answered by each and every one of us as Sudanese. What are the roles of young educators in Sudan? What are the roles of young activists in Sudan toward young people? And what are the roles of leaders of political parties towards young people? How can we empower the new generation to participate effectively in leading our country? These are the questions we need to answer and we need to be aware of, because most of the people are not trained, are not qualified. Only the members of National Congress Party in the past were given massive training on governance and these issues, political issues, diplomacy. So I think from the activists who talked and have been given opportunities in the Al-Qiyada sit-in to speak, none of them are now qualified to take over a minister, for example, to lead a small minister of like Minister of Education, Minister of Finance, Minister of Youth and Sport. I think young people are not well equipped by knowledge, by education, by general awareness. I think we need to work in this arena a lot. We need to work here a lot. And I hope I have participated. But I want the rest of the guys to answer this question, the question of what
Yes.
are the roles of activists and what are our roles as activists, as educators, as teachers, as family members. We can all play a massive part in this campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ahmed. It was good. Now, Wafa, can you ask Ari? She is now available. I can see. After
Okay.
that, we'll go to Mr. Al Khair.
Yeah, Arij, Auda Karim. Welcome, Arij. You can introduce yourself, and as the young girl, Sudanese girl, what do you know about Sudan revolution? مرحبا بك يا أريج، ممكن تعرفي روحك وتورينا أنت كشابة سودانية صغيرونة بتعرفي شنو عن الثورة السودانية؟
أنا أريد عوض في الصف السادس. بقول إنه الثورة السودانية ثورة جيل واعي عارف داير يعمل شنو. وزي ما كلكم عارفين إنه الثورة بدت لأنه كان في الظروف الاقتصادية صعبة، والظلم والقهر اللي كان عايشينه نحن بسبب من حكومة النظام الفات. نحن ما رضينا الذل والإهانة، فطلعنا الشارع بسلمية وما واجهنا العنف بالعنف. طالبنا بحقنا في شكل ثورة كانت درس للعالم كله.
Thank you. Iman, you can translate. Okay, I can do it instead of Iman. She said, my name is Arij. I'm 11 years old. I'm in primary 6. She said, as we know, all of us, Sudan revolution is started because of the bad economic situation in Sudan. And we don't accept the abuse, and we don't accept to stolen our dignity and everything from the outgoing regime. This is why we went to the street to protest, to bring our right back. And it was a unique revolution, and we protest peacefully. We did not face the toughness and the bad what you're doing, the army toward us. We did not face it with harsh and tough. We face all the guns and what happened peacefully, and this was a lesson to everybody. This what Ari said. Okay. Do you have anything for her, Dr. Shahid?
Yes. So, as you asked about a question that about she was the part of the revolution, can she share some of the things that what she has faced? I still she remembers that scene in her mind, and still expecting something to see the change that due to that she has been affected in the revolution.
اوكي يا أريج، هو بيسألك أنت كعندك دور في الثورة السودانية، كان يعني عملت شنو والحاصل شنو؟ لكن اتخيلي إنه أنا ما I don't think يعني أنت عندك دور في الحاجة دي، لكن ورينا أنت إذا كان عندك دور. أنا ممكن أحول لك السؤال، إذا كان عندك دور يعني كان ممكن يحصل شنو؟
أولاً أنا زعلان شديد إني ما كنت جزء من الشارع السائر، وما قدرت أشارك مع أخواتي الكنداكات في رد كرامة السودان، لأنه في أيام الثورة قبل سنتين كان عمري 8 سنين، فكانوا ماما وبابا خايفين علي من البومبان والمواكب والجيش وكده، لأنهم ما عندهم رحمة. فعشان كده ما قدرت أشارك معهم، لكن كنت بجد عاوزة أشارك. لكن كنت معاهم عبر السوشيال ميديا، كنت أتابع كل الأحداث، وكانت مناظر مؤلمة جدا، وكنت معاهم بروحي. لكن رغم إني ما كنت جنبهم، لكن لكن كنت بدعي لهم شديد. ونرجع للسؤال، جوابي إنه كنت هأعمل نفس اللي عملوه، والحمد لله أخواتي الكنداكات ما قصروا، عملوا كل اللي بيقدروا عليه، وأنا كنت هأمشي معاهم في نفس الطريق.
Okay, she said, she started her talk like, I'm very sad. I'm not a part of the Sudan revolution because at that time I was 8 years old, and mom and dad, they refused, they don't allow me to go out to the street to protest with my friend, but because they think I'm still young. But I never stopped supporting them. I was following them through the social media and wasn't with them physically in the street, but my soul with them. I wish if I could do something at that time. But I back to your question. If I'm with them, I will do the same thing what my colleague, my friends and the Sudanese girls did. She called it, she mentioned Kandaka, the Sudanese Kandaka. I will do because they did the duty and the role in the good way. I will do the same thing like them to retain the Sudan dignity, to support our people. And I wish if I could, I wish if I was part of this revolution.
Thank you, Adij. It was really great to hear you as this young age, and we wish that she has a very bright future and very courageous leadership abilities in future. That she can also lead like Iman and others, like be the voice of others, those who are marginalized. Thank you.
Okay, Arij, if what's your advice or what you will say to the young girls in your age, البنات اللي في عمرك؟
وصيتي لهم أبقوا 10. وصيتي لهم أبقوا 10 على السودان، أمشوا في النهج والطريق المشوا به أخواننا في ثورة ديسمبر السلمية أقوى سلاح، ونحافظ على الوعي الثوري، ونخلي السودان دايما في عيوننا، ونعرف واجبنا من هسه اتجاه الوطن، لأنه نحن جيل بكرة والسودان راجينا.
It's really, I'm so happy to hear that. She said my advice to the girls in my age to Iman, I'm so happy. Please translate to help me. I couldn't really. I'm so happy,
Yeah, I'm so, I feel so awesome that girl, I love you so much. Arid, you are so amazing. Inti كويسة شديد, رهيبة, قوية. Arid said that she advised girl in her age and under her age that they should be they should keep the home. They should keep Sudan upon their eyes, and they قلت شنو تاني يا أريج غير إنك تحافظوا على السودان.
Yeah, she said I will advise them to retain Sudan dignity. I will advise them because we are young now, but we are the generation for tomorrow. We are young today, but we are the generation for tomorrow, and we have to protect Sudan. We have to keep Sudan. We have to follow exactly what our sisters did, the Kandakat for Sudan. We have to hold this. I don't know even how to say what she said. أريج, do you have any talk? Do you have any talk? أريج عندك كلام تاني عاوزة تقوليه؟ جزء رابع اتكلمت لنا عن 3 حاجات، جزء رابع عاوزة تقوليه لصحباتك، لناس في المدرسة،
أنا دائما بوصي صحباتي، بشجعهم دائما بشجع البنات اللي في عمري، وبشجع صحباتي في المدرسة إنه نعمل حاجة للسودان ونساعد في تنميته وكرامته، ونكون واعين في حراسة الثورة عشان دم أرواحنا الشهداء ما يروح.
شهداء، دم أرواح الشهداء.
أيوة.
متحمسة شديد.
ولو أنا أريد كريم قايلين لي لا أنا صغيرة، نحن جيل بكرة، نحن جيل بكرة. عشان كده دورنا لازم يبدأ من هسه ونتعلم من الجيل اللي قدامنا.
Wow. Arich said that she's amazing things that she gathered her colleagues
School.
in the schools, and she always tells them that they should gather to do something and support Sudan, because if they will be the next generation, they should start from now, even from small things or from a small act. It will help to save dignity of Sudan or Sudan's dignity.
Yeah, and she said we have to retain the dignity for the blood that shedded in the Sudan street, and we have to take care of this Sudan and the soul of the martyr that give their soul easily to protect Sudan dignity. Arij, I think your talk is very strong. Yeah,
Mashallah.
mashallah. mashallah. Do you have any talk? عندك أي حاجة عاوزة تقوليها يا أريج؟
لا no.
ما عاوزة تقولي حاجة لصحباتك وللناس اللي معاكي في المدرسة؟ Do you want to say anything to your colleague in the school and this?
بس عاوزة أقول لكل الناس أبقوا على السودان 10. امشوا في الناس مشوا به أخواننا في ثورة ديسمبر.
Okay, you have to take care of Sudan and you have to follow what our people did in December Revolution. And just this all my advice. Thank you so much, Arij. We appreciate your.
I hope that all the divided activists listen her voice and come to one platform and to save the dignity of Sudan. And this is live program. I think that you can share to them, especially that this young activist, that she has lots of fire in her heart that to save Sudan, and they can hear and see that yes, if a young child can think in that way, then why should not they? Because they should also think in the same way to come on the same platform. Thank you so much, and I hope that.
Sorry for interrupt you, Dr. Shahid, but I know I want to just confirm and add something to what Mr. Ahmed Adam said about education. Okay, Sudan problem is not about education. Sudan problem is about awareness. And I think I'm going to ask and demand government to give awarenesses through the means of government, the radio, the television, what they have. They should, the media, all the kind of media is not about only human being in Sudan or people of Sudan to serve, like what Arij said. We all have that energy to support and participate in our Sudan revolution and awarenesses. But government should go from that long sleep, and this should fasten their steps. They at least till now should be give awarenesses for rights for Sudanese people. I'm not talking about capital or any rural capitals. I'm talking about everyone in conflict area, in closed area, in liberating area. We government has the power to give people of Sudan the awarenesses of their rights, and then they will bring their services themselves. I am believer on development upon awarenesses, not development upon services. And this is the difference, because development upon awarenesses will last for long and it will not end. But about services, the services will finish, they will end, and they will not appreciate it. So why not why not use this power of government to produce and to promote for this awarenesses? As Sudanese, I'm a TOT, a trainer of trainee as well. I have an army of trainer of trainee. They can work on voluntary base. They can travel to everywhere. As well, I have a group of party of artists. They can take their paintings for everywhere in Sudan. They can sing songs. They can produce and produce movies and films and cross-culturing everywhere in Sudan. They just want the chance, and the chance in the hands of the government. Till now will be asking for permit crossing the areas. Till now, the expenses for artists and producing films are so high. How they can move? They cannot. Even now, if I want to make a workshop in a conflict area, I cannot be safe. First of all, everything is expensive. Food, the rent of the hall, everything. Now we need this government to move. I'm demanding her through this channel. Thank you.
Thank you, Iman. Thank you so much. So I'll just ask Wafa to just conclude with the notes, and after that, I'll just have my suggestions that what I feel being outsider, about thinking about the youth struggling in Sudan. So Wafa, if you are here, then we can just ask Mr. Al Khair that we can just hear his.
Yeah, Al Khair, we want Al Khair, and also we want talk from Dr. Isa
Okay.
from Darfur. We want to know how the revolution, what happened, what the change that happened in Darfur region, because this region is burden, is I don't know, it went through many difficulties from the outgoing regime. We want to know exactly what happened, what the change that happened in Darfur region about with after the Sudan revolution.
The change in Darfur is the same as other part in Sudan. But as you said, the Darfur is a little bit different with other states because in the last 17 years, there's a war between the past government and some movement, more than 3 or 4 movements. But now the situation is, I think, it's going a little bit okay, but not what the people need. So, because I want to say something, all the revolutions around the world, as Mr. Adams Ahmed said, the things cannot be changed in a night. So we have to wait, we have to optimistic, so something. And also I'm not agree with Mr. Iman to neglect the political parties. The political parties in the Sudan, there are more than 100 political parties and more than 100 movements. So, but how can we organize our elections, ourselves, even street boys, all these things? How can we organize all these things without political parties? So we have to be together, all parties, even street boys, the political parties, all the civilians, to be together and with one idea how to build our Sudan. So, and therefore, especially in my state, I think it's a little bit different because there are one movement, Mr. Abdul Wahid Noor. This state is his hometown. So the peace agreement we signed it in Juba. I think 100 or 70% of people in this state, they are not agree for this agreement. But I hope, as the revolution said, Hurriya Salam Adala, or freedom, peace, and justice. So now I can say 80% of the peace signed, and we have a freedom to talk, to do whatever we want. And there's so we're waiting for justice and something like that. Even it's going slowly, but we hope we have hope. And also, I am sorry to tell you that we have Okandaka passed away last night. So I'm sorry to leave this this group now. I'm going to say sorry for her and something like that. So thank you so much, Mr. Shahid. Thank you, Safa. Thank you, Iman. Thank you, all of you. Uh,
Thank you, Isa.
see you later. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Isha. That it was a good suggestion, and we really appreciate, that we value all the suggestions. We don't deny even Iman. She's not ignoring the political party, but she's telling that priorities. She's setting the priorities. Political parties has their own agenda. We have all the youths have their own agenda, but she doesn't want to be associated with any other parties that they can blame that she is working for that agenda or she is working for this agenda. She wanted to be neutral. That is why she wanted to focus on the development and ignore the political parties, not to neglect the political party. Ignoring and neglecting is a different things.
I
Ignoring means
believe
like she has the priority over those political parties, but cannot be ignored in a democratic system.
no. I believe in national agenda. I believe in one national agenda, and then Sudan can be built up.
Yes. So views can be different. Views can be critical, but we have to be one because as a youth, whether you are in Sudan, we are in India, we are in any part of the world, we are challenging the same problem. We are having the same problem with this establishment. The political parties, any government have their own agenda. They work with the agenda, but the youth are having their own needs and the demands and the challenges. So unless you raise the voice from the street, it is not genuine because from the street it's not very much calculated. It's like with the vibrancy they know that how to raise, just they don't know how to raise, they don't know that what are the impacts going to be in the future. But when you come on the political platform, then you have the restriction that you have to say this, you have to say ignore this. So there are limitations. So you don't get the space to speak. You don't get the space to raise your voice because maybe when you are raising voice, that may go against the political party's agenda and the objectives or manifesto. But when you are on the street, when you are independent, you can raise your neutral voice, whether it goes against the government, whether it goes against the political parties, but you are raising the common people voice. So that is the only difference, being independent, but being into the political party, you have more strength because they are more aligned, more coordinated, more systemized. But when you are on the road, it is really very difficult. It's not easy to reach and to create the pressure to the government. It needs lots of time, lots of support, and lots of, because we see the lots of the voices are divided. Lots of people, they think that who is true, who is genuine. So that is the question, and that is the toughest task, to prove yourself that you are the genuine and you are not having the hidden agenda. You are not talking about that with the second thought. So that is the difficult task than any political party is, to prove yourself. So I think that Iman has chosen the very toughest side, and it's really not easy to convince anybody that she is genuine or how, unless she proves with some very calculative results. Then only people will believe in her. Then for that we have to make a strategy, because we have been doing, and it's like ASMP, we are almost in 28 countries. But I believe that when I started this kind of platform, I was really struggling that how to bring all kind of people from, not only from Africa, from different part of the world on one platform, to connect each other, to share each other, and have this common goal to develop your country, to help your country, to create more and more awareness, information by being on a global platform. Whether you may be working for Sudan, I may be working for India, but the common goal is create the stability and the peace in the world, because that is the one motto. Wherever you are on this planet, that is the only one, and that is why we are here together, here on this platform. It is nothing to do with any government, it is nothing to do with any, but we are trying to filter those like-minded people, that who can join and who can stand by for each other in the time of crisis, who can be the voice for others. Or when you are in trouble, we are there to support. When we are in trouble, you are there to support. So that is why we are creating this kind of network. So everybody is important. Everybody is like having, even you are having 2 person with you, that is also very important. A person who is having millions of people as a follower, they are also important. So we are not neglecting anybody. Every single person is important, and their points are also important. That is why we are discussing in a diverse manner. We are very open to discuss. We are not ignoring or we are not challenging anybody, and we can criticize very well. It's good that we criticize each other. Then only we sharpen our thoughts, and that is called, that then only we can develop the leadership, and bring the, and like this we are talking, lots of people other part of the world will know how the Sudan is. Earlier it was not visible. Even I was not aware that how passionate, how the youths are very talented, how the youths are thinking in a different way. I was not aware, because when I started talking, when I started reading of the revolution, then I came to know that lots of resources are there, lots of people are struggling, still there are lots of things to be exposed, like to bring the travel and tourism business, to bring the economy to the country, because people are not aware. They will not find the right place to go. Unless they go and invest, there will be no economic opportunity for any country. So that is why that we have to use this kind of platform to expose yourself, tell that what you are good at, why you are struggling with that. Maybe the person, that those who are, lots of people, they like Iman, she has the pool of trainers, pool of coaches, that they can train other people there. We can utilize those kind of things to bring the new generation up with a very organized manner. So these are all the things that we have to think upon. And Mona and Dr. Isa, or Mr. Al Khair, these are very important people. They with the thoughts, as a thinker, as a revolution, that activist for the country, working for that. Every efforts are very important, and definitely we are bringing, because I am very happy that Sudan is the only country, due to Wafa as a representative, she has collected lots of activists with like-minded, and we are working on that, how to give support of knowledge and awareness from being in a different part of the world. So we have created one campaign from Africa, for African countries, that will train 100 youth activists from each countries. And we are created one link for the that form that I have shared with Wafa already, that she can also filter that at least 5 or 10 or 20, the best person who we can work for them to improve their livelihood, improve their skills, how we can help each other. It's now maybe something that we have that you don't have, something you have that we don't have. Can we exchange to each others and help each other to grow and get the opportunity across the world? So that is why we are struggling, and that is why we are here together. And definitely in future we'll have more and more discussion, more and more engagement. Unless we talk, we are not going to explore the ways. So that is why that I really thank Iman, Dr. Isa, and Mona, and especially that Wafa, that she is putting her all effort to bring all people together. And maybe hopefully that she's more focusing on the women side, at least that to support the women in their country on the education, health, entrepreneurship, or these kind of things. So that is, I think that definitely after 5 years or the 10 years down the line, the scene will change. The person like Ari, that she will grow like a youth, she will have the different thought, and now she is growing up with the different thought, that with fire in her heart, that to save the dignity of the country. So like that, there are many other kids also, they are thinking in that way. So we can just nurture them to have the very, very good upbringings, that they can also be highly educated, awareness, information, so they can also lead in a good way. That it needs a great effort. And thank you so much, Wafa, for bringing all together. And I hope that all the people, they get the link through Wafa, that the form that they can fill, and they can share their achievements, and that we can also compile after some time, when we have the great story to tell. Then I will make a book for them, that will be circulated across the world, that that how they achieved, what they are doing. So we'll have select a few good stories, that when they share, we'll publish it, the people will also know, and that will be documented. So this kind of thing that we are trying to have, that definitely one day the change we can see. But now to take it forward, that I just request Wafa to just, if Mr. Al Khair is there he can connect again, then definitely.
He's not here, unfortunately. Yeah. But I want to take a promise from you to have another meeting. Will be a big group and we'll give you like a different thing. I wish if there is Azmi with us, he's revolutionary poet, and I have a group. We miss them right now in the Nile Street, which is the sitting area. We supposed to take them live from there, and they will tell us about the songs and what the people say during their the protesting and fighting the outgoing regime. I wish if this meeting will be different and varieties from talk. We have a young girl, we have Iman, we have Muna, Dr. Isa from Darfur. I wish if the rest can join us, but Dr. Shahid, I want to take promise from you to have a second one follow to this one.
Definitely, it's up to you. And I am very much open to whatever suggestion, whatever thing. Just inform us in 2 days of advance or 3 days of advance, so we can just manage and block the slot for the discussion. Because this discussion, whatever I did, whenever I discuss with the Sudanese young youth, even the 2 hours or 3 hours of time is less for me. Because
yeah, good. Me and Dr. Isa and Iman and Muna, inshallah, will work together to prepare more strong meeting and to tell you more about Sudan revolution. And inshallah, we'll meet soon. Yeah. Really, I'm so happy for this meeting. Iman, Muna, Dr. Isa, this is the last people right now with us. We don't know what happened to the rest, but we're so happy. And thank you so much, Dr. Shahid, for this opportunity. You always supporting Sudan. You always supporting me. And thank you. Available 24 hours. And I'm giving you hard time. I'm buzzing you by my questions and stuff. But all of us, we have the same goal. All of us, we have the same thing. We want to do something for our countries. We want to do something for the youth, but inshallah, together we are strong.
Definitely.
I want to hear anything from you. Muna, Ahmed, welcome again. We want to hear anything from you guys.
I will conclude what you have said about Dr. Shahid. This is what, this is what is nobleman who is belonging to humanity, not belonging to just India. It's belonging to humanity.
Let me interrupt you. He has a special love to Africa. Let us tell you the secret. Yeah.
See, that is why. So what I'm saying that is, yes, the person who belongs to humanity, he will just give his all time 24/7 to human being in Africa, in India, Asia, and everywhere, because he belonged to child in Palestine, and he belonged to a girl in Darfur, or belong to a woman in India, because all the problems in the world are similar and the roots causes are similar, but we need to be aware and we need to belong to the universe, so we can at least one step forward for the salvation. Thank you, Mr. Shahid. Thank you, Wafa, for introducing me to this nice platform, and consider me done. And thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome, dear. Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed.
Again, thank you. I'm sorry for being out for some time. Okay. I'm sure the discussion was successful and fruitful. And I am really delighted that I was part and parcel of this wonderful discussion. And I am thankful for the great opportunity, Ms. Wafa and Mr. Shahid from India. I am really happy, looking forward to meeting you again soon, inshallah.
Inshallah. Muna.
Unmute, please.
Unmute يا منى. الصوت. منى الصوت. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. شكرا لإتاحة الفرصة. وهو يعني الزول شاف يعني التنوع اللي كان بيشوفه في مدينة الاعتصام، يعني دارفور والخرطوم، ويعني نفس التنوع. أنا بس عايزة أقول إنه يعني الثورة دي هي كانت فعل طارئ، وبعد ذاك المفترض يعني يتليه فعل مستمر عشان هي تنجح يعني. ونحن كان بنقول حنبنيه يعني بعد ما الثورة، يعني بعد ما حققنا الثورة، فناقصنا إنه نتحد مع بعض ونحقق الشعارات اللي كنا بنقولها نحن حقيقة يعني. فإن شاء الله من خلال الجروب الصغير ده إنه نحن يعني نكون قادرين نوصل كل الحاجات أو التغيير اللي كنا نحن قاعد ننشده ونطبقه على أرض الواقع يعني بمساعدة بعض يعني.
Okay, Muna, she said, I can see again the diversity of the revolution 2 years ago now in this meeting, and so happy to see this again and to hear from different people here in this meeting. And also she mentioned, I have a bad memory, Mona.
إنه الثورة كان يعني فعل طارئ وعمل مستمر.
She said the revolution is happened all of a sudden. There is no calculation for this. أيوة واصلة.
وفترض يتليه يعني فعل مستمر عشان نصل للتغيير اللي احنا عايزينه يعني.
It's supposed to be continued to reach what we're looking for as the change we're looking for Sudan.
عبر وحدتنا يعني المفترض نحن يعني نتوحد ومن الجروب
to be united we're supposed to be one hand together.
بمساعدة الخبراء يعني. أنا بشكر مستر شاهد للفرصة اللي هو يعني جمعنا بها دي.
With help of expertise to help us, and she thanked Dr. Shahid.
وإن شاء الله يعني حنتلاقى كثير يعني حنكون مع بعض إن شاء الله.
By the wish of God we'll meet again and more. منوية قولي الدار تقوليه وأنا بترجم لك ما في مشكلة.
والله يعني المفروض إنه ما أعرفة نحن يعني أنا اللي عايزة أقوله إنه نحن محتاجين نزيد الوعي بتاعنا يعني. أنا قبل كنت إيمان كانت تتكلم عن إنه هي عندها إشكال في الأحزاب السياسية. أنا ما محزبة لكن اللي بنعمل فيه ده سياسة يعني المقاومة ذاته فعل بتاع سياسة.
Okay, hold on. She said we need to manage our what we know, our thoughts and what we know about what we're doing, and we need to be guided this. And she mentioned Iman, she mentioned the political parties, but she said I'm free, I'm not belong any political party.
أنا ما ممكن أنتمي للأحزاب السياسية الموجودة
and for sure it's impossible to be part of any political party in Sudan.
لكن أنا ممكن مع الشباب أعمل حزب سياسي جديد ويكون هو
with youth we can establish new party as the youth. And she mentioned before even the resistance group it considers it's a part that they can raise their voice.
لأنه الجروب أو أيا كان يعني إذا كان هو بيندرج تحت حزب أو أي مجموعة إذا كانت هي منظمة بتكون قادرة على إنها هي تحدث تغيير ملموس. اللي بيفتقد الشارع حاليا إنه الناس ما منظمة، فعشان كده الحاجات بقت مختلفة يعني ما بنفس الرينج اللي احنا طلعنا به الأيام الأولى كنا ورا قائد اللي هو كان تجمع المهنيين وهو عبارة عن أحزاب يعني فيما بعد نحن عرفنا
Okay, she said we have to be organized even as a youth. We have to be organized when we be and like we following rules and some rules and guides. This will be more effective. And even now we're going through all these difficulties because we are not organized as a group and we are not under any political party. And she said we went through good revolution in the beginning because we were led by what association of Sudanese professionals. We leaded by this, and this is a group of parties. This why the revolution win. We went with the solid steps in the beginning because we guided by somebody. There is a body guide us and guide the stream. This why we are here now. But now the situation not good for her. This what she's mentioned because we are not organized group. But her as a person, she has idea. We can organize ourselves as youth to 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 um, to raise up our voice and to reach our goals. Okay, Muna.
انا هعرف روحي في النهايه لانه انا ما عرفت روحي
I want to introduce myself in the end because I'm in the beginning. I didn't introduce myself. Welcome.
انا منى قاسم.
Iman, take care of this. Yeah, Iman. Introduce, translate for her. Okay.
انا منى قاسم بتاعت هندسه بدويه، خريجه من زمن طويل. اول ما بدت الثوره يعني كان جواي ضغط كبير شديد انه اشارك فيها، لانه النظام الفات كان عنده اشكال كبير مع الشريحه بتاعه المعاقين، كان مهمشه تماما. انا ديسيبل، وكنت بعد ما تخرجت بقدم عشان يعني اشتغل، فكان ما كنت بلقى فرصه خالص. لما جت الثوره
دقيقه الحته دي. She is Muna Qasim. She is graduated from long time, but because of the last regime had problem with disabled
medical engineer.
people.
She is medical engineer.
She graduated from medical or in medical engineering, but because of the last regime has problem with disabled people, she couldn't been included in the work market. But when the revolution, December revolution came, she went to street very angry. تفضل يا منى.
فكانت المشاركة بإنه يعني إنه الزول يعني كنت أختلع الحقوق بتاعتي، وإنه الزول يسعى لترسيخ المساواة وحق المرأة ودورها في المجتمع أيا كان هي شنو. كويس إنه الثورة دي يعني قدرت تخلينا نرفع أصواتنا ونتكلم ونطالب بحاجاتنا. يعني لسه التحقيق هو لسه يعني بطيء جدا زي ما قبل كانت قال سوسن، لكن على الأقل قادرين إنه نحن نحدد حقوقنا شنو ونعرفها ونطالب بها يعني.
دقيقة يا منى.
ونوعي المجتمع.
معلش آسفة. طيب she said she went to the street very angry, but she participated to take her rights from that regime, and now she are taking her rights, and now she trying to put in deep the equality and the right of women and equality of human if they are disabled or not. This revolution made us made our voices loud. She made our voices loud, even though the the achievement is very slow and the rhythm is very low, but at least now we can demand our rights in a higher voice. تفضل يا منى.
As a woman.
As a woman and disabled.
أيوة.
وأنا سعيدة إنه أنا الثورة دي شاركت فيها من بدايتها لغاية ما اليوم المشؤوم. كانت المسؤولية في إنه أنا بعد ما طلعت كنت بشارك في كل المواكب، ما فوتت ولا موكب. كنت مصدر إلهام يعني أعتقد، ودي كانت مسؤولية بالنسبة لي إنه أنا ما أتقاعس ولا يوم يعني، لأنه كانوا الناس بيشوفوا إنه كيف هي يعني رغم الإعاقة قادرة تطلع في كل المواقف وتكون موجودة يعني قدام الرصاص.
برافو عليك.
فما قدرت أرجع يعني. وستيل ناو يعني أنا مواصلة في الحاجة اللي خدتني فيها الثورة دي، إنه إنه أخلي كل زول يعني حتى لو قدرت أأثر إن شاء الله في 5 نفر، إنه أي زول عنده حقوق في الحياة دي وواجبات، يعني ما حقوق بس وواجبات كمان، فالمفترض يعملها يعني. وإن شاء الله يعني وصل
ما شاء الله عليك. You inspired me now والله. بجد ألهمتيني هسي، ما شاء الله عليك. Even after the revolution, the achievement is slow and the rhythm is slow. She is happy that she participated until the last sad day, what happened in that protesting place. Now she is also happy and proud that she's inspired. She's a source of inspired because of her disability. She went for every and each protesting day. Till now, she didn't retreated because now if she affected even on in 5 people to take and to demand for their rights, she is happy, not only their rights but their responsibilities, to be aware for their responsibilities. She is happy that she can affect them in each and single day. She will be a source of effect and inspire people.
Okay, if there is this what she mentioned, what I like, I can repeat it again, Iman.
Yes,
She said what I did through the Sudan revolution, if there is just 5 people, I inspired 5 people, this will be a big issue for me. Just 5 people. This will be a good thing to me. And I think I have a role. I have a role. If there is just, I inspired 5 because I went through many difficulties in the street because of my, because I was with disability. And she said, if I can do anything for others, I'm willing to do this. And she's happy because she joined, she's in the street from the beginning until the Khartoum massacre in 3rd June 2019. We're so happy, Muna. Really, your talk is, it touched the heart.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, yes, thank you. Dr. Shahid?
Yes, it's great to hear her at the end, but it is like many people can be, touched by her words and what she is thinking, and she is not alone. And even what she told, that if she can impact 5 people, that is also a great achievement. I can tell that if she can just make one person also here, that is a great achievement. And we are impacting, because it's not easy task, convincing one people also take a lot of, and a change begins from one individual. It doesn't becomes like 100 people at one time. You will be alone in the beginning. I can tell you a story. Since last 10 years I have been talking about, that why we should not talk and about the development of Africans or Africa and all. People were taking me like, why he's talking, is there any relative in Africa, is there any hidden agenda in Africa? So I told it whatever, because in the past it happened, people use this kind of platform initiative for this kind of things. So people, it's very hard to believe that if you're talking genuinely, if you're talking truth also, you have to prove it very hard, to make one person also convinced. And it is when you keep trying without any expectation, without any result, definitely one day will come that you will see the change. And you can read the history of Nelson Mandela, you can read the history of Obama, the recent Obama. If you read him, that when he was on the street, when he was talking about Africa or the racism, people were laughing. He was not the person, nobody was listening. After that 2% started listening, after that 6% started listening. Slowly he started convincing other people, then one day he achieved the dream. So these kind of thing, it happens with the Gandhi also, Mahatma Gandhi, it was also the same with him. So it doesn't come when you start talking, it starts from the single person. First convince yourself that what you are doing is the right thing. Then after that, the second person it comes. If you are not convinced, if you are thinking that whether I'll be successful, whether I'll be failed, then there is no way, you cannot hit. Just convince yourself that you are doing the right thing. Definitely the one other person will be convinced. So that is the one leadership first step I can tell you, because I have been into this kind of thing. When I was getting training in Germany, I was fortunate to get selected for the youth leadership program in Germany. German government gave me chance to be there to learn the leadership abilities in Germany for 3 months, because they saw that I am working for the world, humanity and all. So I never thought that maybe the government of any part of the world, they will invite me to learn techniques of how you can change the society, how you can bring the positive change, not only in the political, even the business, leadership, entrepreneurship. Leadership is like to lead and to be a role model for others. It's not leadership only for the political thing. It can be development, it can be business, it can be like in a social level, it can be anything. Leadership involves in anything. So that is the step. That is why I keep motivating people. I keep creating the other people to think in that way, that many people can be at one platform, and then we can bring the change. So that is why we are here. We never knew that, because that was continuous effort. That is why we knew each other after a long time. So it takes time, and definitely we are not alone now. You can see that 5% are here. Definitely 5% is not here, because lots of other people in the world, they are listening us. We are live to many people. Maybe we don't know that who will join you from your side and who will be supporting you. We don't know, but we need the very, very dedicated, committed people to join us, to create the impact wherever they are. We don't want only for Sudan. We are telling that you work in your own house, in your neighborhood, in your community, and for your nation. It can be Sudan, it can be Chad, it can be Libya, it can be Tunisia, no matter. We want a very peaceful and sustainable world, that where everybody is respected, where everybody has their support system, that you can trust your own neighborhood, you can trust your own government, you can trust your own humanity across the world. So these are the things that we are focusing. We are talking because we are together with the same thought. Definitely we'll come with the next time with a different topic. I think whenever I talk to you people, even I block the time for 2 hours, it doesn't complete in 2 hours. So it goes beyond and beyond. And some other meetings also I had to push it. So it happened every time that whenever I talked with team from Sudan, it never ended in the time. It always exceeded, because it's too much, good things to listen, and good things that we cannot end abruptly with the time.
Yes.
So next time I will block 5 hours that we can finish.
Workshop.
So these are the things that, and it's very encouraging. And I hope that we someday will show the path to the youngsters, that they can also think in that way. The divided team can be one team, and we will definitely bring the change without any hidden agenda, without any our expectation. We don't want anything in return. We just want the people should work for their nation. That is all. Only one statement, that we have to work. We don't know where we will be tomorrow. We don't know what we will gain, where maybe the positive, negative, we don't care. We are here on this planet to support others. That is all, only one agenda that we should have. And rest of the things, let it be on Allah, let it be on God, whatever you believe. So it should be on that. He will or she will show the way that where we are achieving. That is the only one agenda, only work we have to do. That definitely will get the good way and the enlightenment from top, that whatever we receive. So that is one. And this is the last statement that I believe that next time that Wafa that inform me that I will block 5 hours minimum, that I will have time, because I believe that never, this is the third time I have cancelled lots of other things that I had in meeting. They are messaging me, but I told that please postpone it and please continue. I'm in the middle, so I'll finish it. After that I join.
Okay,
Thank you
so
Shahid.
much.
So
Thank you, Dr.
this is
Shahid.
the good thing, that have a good time, and then we'll meet again next week. I have shared the link with Wafa and other chat box also, in case, because I want that good achievement story that you fill it, write it, that we can someday will publish it for the others to get motivated.
Sure.
So that is why that we have been circulating across African nations.
Yes. Sure. Inshallah.
Okay.
All of us will work together for this.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
good
you.
time.
Thank you so much.